Hello, everyone. Scooter 007 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we have the 4-8 Colorado Rockies taking on the 10-3 San Diego Padres. This is game one of a three-game series between the Rockies and the Padres. And here is the starting lineup for the Colorado Rockies. Leading off, the center fielder, Willie Travers. Batting second, the shortstop, Troy Tulowitzki. Batting third, the first baseman, Todd Hilton. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the left fielder, Matt Holliday. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Garrett Atkins. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Brad Halpy. Batting seventh, the catcher, Jorvit Torreba. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Jason Nix. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Ubaldo Jimenez. On the mound for the Padres, it is Randy Wolf. Wolf comes into the game with a 3.21 ERA. 2 wins, no losses, 14 innings pitched, allowed 11 hits, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks. We're here at Petco Park, which gives a +1 to strikeouts, nothing to walks, and nothing to home runs. And with that, we're ready to start. Travers steps up as the home plate umpire dusts off home plate. And we're ready to start. Willie Travers batting a .268. And here's the pitch. 2-6, and that's going to be a strike. That is a 10. That's a 4. Struck him out. So 1 away. Let's take a look at the defense for the Padres. Hairston's out there in left field. Edmonds in center. Giles at right field, going around the horn. Kuzminov is on third. Green at short. Higuchi is on second. Gonzalez at first. Broad behind the plate. And Wolf is on the mound. And with that, Troy Tulowitzki, who's batting a .222 so far in this replay, steps up, and here's the pitch. 3-5. That's going to be a walk plus. Now, in a walk plus, we add 10 to the rating for the walk on the batter's card, plus whatever the number is for the walk rating for the ballpark. In this case, it's a 0, so we're adding 10. The range is on a 1 to 21. That's a 4, and that's going to be a walk. Now, as Tulowitzki will make his way down to first base, we now have strategy involved. The strategy roll is a 6. So with that, we will be paying attention to the ATT number with that as well when it comes to strategy. Infield coming into double play depth, 6. Rockies are holding off on strategy. Todd Hilton up. Hilton is batting a .234, and here's the pitch with the infield at double play depth. 1-2, that's going to be a blank, so there's no result on the pitcher card. We're going to go to the batter's card now. So Hilton will get a chance to respond. 3-6, that's going to be good enough for a base hit past Green. It's an S6. So with that, Troy will go to second and get the hold sign. He would go to third. His base run rating is a 3. On an S6 from first to third, it's a 5 through 6. The 3 is less. He'll get the hold sign, so the Rockies now have runners on first and second. Strategy roll is a 6 as Matt Holliday, who's batting a .396, comes up. Strategy roll is a 6. And here's the pitch. 1-4. That's a strikeout. That's going to be a 12. The 15 is too high, so it's outside of the range for the strikeout. 2-1, and that's going to be good enough for a base hit past Edmonds out there into center field. So that'll load the base hit. That'll put that puts Holiday on first. Tulowitzki will go to third. Will he come home? His base run rating is a 5. We're going to take a look at the dice here. On a roll of a 2 through 5, if the roll is less than or equal to the adjusted base run rating, the runner will advance. Now, from second to home, it's a +2. That's where we get the 5 from on that. And that is a 3. So Edmonds will come home to score in an RBI single and puts the Rockies on the board 1-0. Matt Holliday comes up. Holliday is batting a .396. I'm sorry, that was Matt Holliday. So strategy roll is a 4. That's going to hold off on strategy. Rockies. Garrett Atkins comes up. He's batting a .423. Infield at normal depth, and here is the pitch. 2-6. That's a strikeout. That's a 9. The 10 is too high. 6-1, and that's going to be a ground ball to Green. And that is going to be, now we have a ground double play with runners on first and second. So we're going to take a look here at the double play rating. We look at the pitcher's card. So it's the roll versus the batter's ground double play number, which is a 2, plus the pitcher's double play rating, which is a 0. So right now we have a base of 2. And we hit it to G6, so we hit it to Green. The pivot on that is second base. So Iguchi's number is a 0. That's the far right number on that. On the opposite side of the parentheses. So that is going to be a 3. So if the roll is greater than the runner on first, then it's a force out at second. However, it becomes a fielder's choice on that. So Houghton will advance to third. Holiday goes to second, the out being at first. So that's going to bring up Brad Hallpie. Hallpie batting a .343. Strategy roll is a 7. 2-3. That's a blank. Nothing happens on the pitcher's card. 3-5. Double star 1. That's going to be a fly ball out there to Hairston, and that's going to be out number 3. So that will retire the sign. It's 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on for the Rockies. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the San Diego Padres. Leading off the right fielder, Brian Giles. Batting second, the second baseman, Tadahuti Iguchi. Batting third, the first baseman, Adrian Gonzalez. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the third baseman, Kevin Kuzminoff. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Jim Edmonds. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Kali Green. Batting seventh, the left fielder, Scott Hairston. Batting eighth, the catcher, Josh Broad. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Randy Wolf. On the mound for the Rockies, it is Ubaldo Jimenez, who comes into the game with a 3.38 ERA, 1 win, no loss, 13 1/3 innings pitched. Allowed 11 hits, 11 strikeouts, and 6 walks. With that, Brian Giles will step up. He's batting a .244, and here's the pitch. 1-6, that's going to be a walk. That's a 14. That's an 18. The 18 is too high. We're going to roll. We go to Giles' card now. 6-6. That's going to be good for a base hit past Travers out there in the center field. And the Padres lead off with a base hit. So as Giles will go down there to first, let's take a look at the defense for the Colorado Rockies. Holiday is out there in left field. Travers is at center. Harpy at right field. Going around the horn, we've got Atkins on third. Tulowitzki's playing short. Nix is at second. Hilton's on first. Toreba is behind the mound, behind the plate, and Yumbaldo is on the bump. So infield going to come into double play depth. And with that, we'll take a look at the strategy roll. Strategy roll is a 15, so nothing happens on the strategy die. Iguchi is up. Iguchi is batting a 314 with the infield at double play depth, and Giles on first, and here's the pitch. 2-4, that's going to be a walk plus. So remember, we add 10 plus whatever the rating for the ballpark is. In this case, it's a 0, so we're adding 10. That's a 20. That's an 8. And that's going to be a walk, and that's going to send Iguchi to first. And Giles will go to second. Strategy roll is an 11, infield at normal depth. Adrian Gonzalez is batting a 235. And here's the pitch. 5-5, that's going to be a strikeout. That's a 20. Remember, we add 1 to the strikeout range. So that's going to be a 20. That's a 10. And struck him out. So 1 away with runners on first and second. And that's going to be Kevin Kuzminov. Kuzminov batting a 191. Strategy roll is an 8. And here's the pitch. 2-6, possible error. 4-4. That's going to be a ground ball to Troy. Troy's error range, that's the number in the bracket there. That's a 1 to 5. That's a 14. There is no error. And with that, we will take a look here for the double play. That's going to be a 2. That's a 5. So Giles will advance to third. Iguchi gets out at second. And Kuzminov is on with a fielder's choice. Jim Edmonds is up. Edmonds is batting a 241. Strategy roll 15. Runners on the corners. Infield going to stay in. Infield playing normal. 6-5. That's a strikeout. That's a 12. That's an 11. Struck him out. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors with 2 left on for the Padres. After 1, it's Colorado 1. San Diego, nothing. We go to the top of the second. It's Yorvit Toreba. Jason Nix, Yumbaldo Jimenez due up for Colorado. Yorvit, he's batting a 2-1-2. And here's the pitch. 5-2. That's going to be a blank. 4-4. Ground ball to Kuzminov. And that is out number 1. He'll make the catch there. Throw it over to Gonzalez for the out. Jason Nix batting a 118, and here's the pitch. 6-4. That's a strikeout. That's a 17. That's a 9. Struck him out. And that is going to bring up Yumbaldo Jimenez. He's batting a 500, and here's the pitch. 3-3, strikeout. 24. That's a 14. Struck him out. So the Padres retire the Rockies in order. It's 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the second. It's going to be Carly Green, Scott Hairston, and Josh Broad due up for the Padres. Carly Green batting a .244, and here's the pitch. 6-4. That's a strikeout. That's a 13. That's a 4. Struck him out. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Scott Hairston. Hairston batting a .283, and here's the pitch. 3-6, possible error on a ground ball. 4-1, and that's going to be a fly ball out there to Holiday for out number 2. 2 away, and that's going to bring up Josh Broad. Broad batting a .212, and here's the pitch. 6-1. That's a strikeout. That's a 7. That's a 12. The 12 is too high. 4-3, and that's going to be a ground ball to third to Atkins. Out number 3. And that's going to be out number 3. No runs, no hits, no errors as the Rockies retire the Padres in order. After 2, it's Colorado 1, Padres nothing. We go to the top of the order. Willie Travers, Troy Tulowitzki, Todd Hilton due up for Colorado. Willie is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and here's the pitch. 4-2. 4-2 is a walk. That's an 8. That's a 17. 17 is too high. 6-6, ground ball back to the pitcher. Wolf will get that. And he'll toss it over to Gonzalez for out number 1. Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki has a walk and a run scored. And here's the pitch. 4-5, possible error on a throw. And that's going to be 1-4. 1-4 is a fly ball out there to Giles. And that is out number 2. 2 away, and Todd Hilton is up. Hilton is 1 for 1, and here's the pitch. 6-5. 6-5 is a range play at the ballpark. So we're going to go to the Petco Park card. 6-2. 6-2 is a base hit past Hairston out there in the left field. Now, this is a range play check, so we're going to take a look at that first number. That's a 3. So it's a range of a 1 to 3. That's a 3. He'll make the catch. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Padres retire the Rockies once again in order. It's 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Randy Wolf, Brian Giles, and Iguchi due up for the Padres. Randy Wolf batting a .600, and here's the pitch. 4-2, possible error on a throw. 6-6, fly ball out there to Hallpie. Out there in the right field, Hallpie will go back and makes the catch. Top of the order, Brian Giles is 1 for 1 today, and here's the pitch. 5-5. 5-5 is a strike. That's going to be a 5. That's a 19. The 19 is too high. 3-6. 3-6 is a double out there to Holiday. And with that, Giles will get on with a base hit. Well, Giles is on with a double. That's going to bring up Iguchi. Iguchi had walked his last time up. Strategy roll is a 10. Padres holding off. And that's going to be a 5-6. 5-6 is a double question mark. So it's a right-handed batter for Iguchi. On a double question mark, that in the brackets, he's not tired. We still look at that answer there. So it's a single on a 1 to 8. The 9 is too high. And that's going to be 2-5. 2-5 is a base hit to the shortstop, to Tolutsky. So with that, Iguchi is on, gets on with a base hit. Giles goes to third. Does he come home? He'll come home he'll go from second to home on a 3 through 6. His base run rating is a 3, and here's score. And we have a tie ball game. So that's going to bring up Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Strategy roll is a 13. The infield coming in to double play depth. So Gonzalez, here's the pitch. Gonzalez struck out his last time up, 3-2. 3-2 is a wild pitch. On a 1 through 12, we're going to look at the two numbers down at the numbers at wild pitch and pass ball. A wild pitch on a 1 through 12, on a 13 to 15, it's a passed ball. And that's going to be a 14, so that's going to fall under passed ball, a PB. And it got past him. It's a passed ball. And on a passed ball, Iguchi will go to second on that. So now we roll for Gonzalez. 3-2. And that's going to be a ground ball to second to Nix. And that's going to be an out at first. So ground out, runner on second. Runners advancing balls hit to first, second, or the catcher. So with that, Iguchi will go to third with 2 outs. Runner on scoring position. Kevin Kuzminoff is 0 for 1, and here's the pitch. The strategy roll is a 17, by the way. So Padres holding off. 4-2. Possible error on a throw. So that's going to be a 3-5. 3-5 is a double star 6. It's a ground ball to Tolutsky. Tolutsky's error range is on a 1 to 5. The 16 is too high. And no error there, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors, and 1 left on for the Padres. We go after 3. It's Rockies 1, Padres 1. We're tied at 1. We go to the top of the 4th. Matt Holliday, Garrett Atkins, and Brad Hallpie due up for the Rockies. Matt Holliday, 1 for 1 with an RBI. And here's the pitch. 4-4. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 12. The 15 is too high. 4-4. Ground ball to third base. That's going to go to Kuzminoff. And that'll be out number 1. 1 away. Garrett Atkins up. Atkins is 0 for 1, and here's the pitch. 5-1 walk. That is going to be a 10. That's going to be a 16. The 16 is too high. 2-1, And that is going to be a base hit past Kuzminov. So Atkins will get on with a base hit. Brad Hallpie is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is an 18 with the infield at double play depth, and here's the pitch. 3-6. 3-6 is a blank. Now we ignore the S1 rating in the brackets. The only thing is that we do not ignore is the double question mark. S1 we ignore because the pitcher is not tired on that. So if he was tired, it would have been a single, and then we'd have to pull the pitcher. So with that, it counts as a blank. We go to the batter's card. 4-1, that's going to be a base hit past Green. And that puts runners on first and second. And with that, Atkins will get the hold sign. He would advance from first to third on a 5 through 6. Atkins' base run rating is a 2. He'll get the hold sign. Toreba is up. Toreba is 0 for 1. Runners on first and second. Strategy roll is a 12. Infield at normal depth. And here's the pitch. 6-3. That's a strike. 8. 14 too high. 3-6. That's going to be a ground ball to Green. And that is going to be a double play. And here's how we get that number. We take a look at the ground double play. Well, first of all, Atkins will go to third. We'll move Atkins over to third. We'll take care of that first. Ground double play rating is a 0. That's a 3. Iguchi's range is a 0 for the pivot. 6-2. And Hallpie will get forced out at second with the out being at first. It's a 6-4-3 double play. And how we get that number is this. We take a look at the roll. If the roll is equal to or less than the ground double play rating, then it's a double play. It's a double play, and that will retire the side as the Rockies leave one stranded. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Jim Edmonds, Collie Green, Scott Hairston due up. Jim Edmonds is 0 for 1 with the strikeout, and here's the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3. That's a strikeout. That's a 12. That's a 1. It's in range, and struck him out. Collie Green is up. Green is 0 for 1 with the strikeout, and here's the pitch. 6-2. That's a strikeout. That's a 13. That's a 12. Struck him out. So 2 away. That's going to bring up Scott Hairston. Hairston is 0 for 1, and here's the pitch. 5-4. That's a strikeout. 14. That's a 10. Struck him out. So 3 up, 3 down as the Rockies retire the Padres in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 4, we're tied at 1. We go to the top of the 5th. Jason Nix, Yumbardo Jimenez, Willie Travers due up for the Rockies. Jason Nix is 0 for 1 with the strikeout, and here's the pitch. 6-3. 6-3, that's going to be a strikeout. That's a 17. That's a 14. Struck him out. And that is going to bring up Yumbaldo Jimenez. Jimenez is 0 for 1. Struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch. 4-4. Column 4, row 4. Strikeout. That's a 24. That's a 16. Struck him out. We go to the top of the order. Willie Travers. Travers is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. 6-1. Range play. So that's going to be the first numbers that we look at here. 3-4. Fly ball to Giles. Giles' range is on a 1-2. That's a 6. We're going to roll the other D6 to find out if it's a single or if it's a double. On a 1 through 4, it's a single. On a 5 to 6, it's a double. That's a 6. And he'll go for 2. So 2 on. Well, Travers is on with a double. That's going to bring up Troy Tulowitzki. Strategy roll is a 3. They're going to go for the steal attempt. They are going to send him. Travers is going for the steal to third. Now, how we get the stolen base rating is this. The SB rate is the runner's stolen base rating, so that's that middle green number right there, plus the pitcher's stolen base rating, plus the catcher's SB rating. So that's going to be the catcher's arm. So we have a +1. Travers is right, so that's going to be a -2. So that's where it's a -1. Sorry, it's a -1. So that's where we get the 17. It's a 17 or better on a D20. On a 3 through 19, if roll is equal to or less than the stolen base rating, the runner is safe. So 1 away with a runner on first. And runner on third, Troy Tulowitzki is up. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. And here's the pitch. 3-4. Strikeout 7. That's a 4. Struck him out. And the Rockies leave 1 stranded. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And only 90 feet away from home, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Josh Broad, Randy Wolf, Ryan Giles due up for the Friars. Josh Broad is 0 for 1, and here's the pitch. 1-3, column 1, row 3. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 7. That's a 9. The 9 is too high. Column 1, row 6. That's going to be a fly ball out there to Travers. And that I clicked the wrong thing and on that. Well, it's still an out. Randy Wolf due up. Wolf is 0 for 1, and here's the pitch. 5-5. 5-5, row 5, column 5, row 5, strikeout. 21. That's an 11. Struck him out. So 2 away, and we go to the top of the order. Brian Giles is 2 for 2 with a double and a run scored. And here's the pitch. 3-5, column 3, row 5, strikeout 5. Strikeout range is on a 1 to 5. The 14 is too high. 5-2, that's going to be a double star 4. Column 5, row 2, double star 4. Ground ball to Nix. And that is out number 3. So the Rockies retire the Padres in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. It's an easy inning to score. 3 up, 3 down. After 5, we're tied at 1. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Todd Hilton, Matt Holliday, Garrett Atkins, due up. Todd Hilton is 1 for 2. And here's the pitch. 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That's going to be a strikeout. That's a 10. The 16 is too high, outside of that range of 1 to 10 for it to be a strikeout. 2-3. 2-3, that's going to be good for a base hit. And it's a base hit past Iguchi, and Todd Hilton is on with a base hit. Strategy roll is a 9. Matt Holliday up. Infield double play depth. Holliday is 1 for 2 with an RBI. Strategy roll 9, and here's the pitch. Rockies holding off. 3-4. Column 3, row 4. Strikeout. 12. The 20 is too high, outside of that range. 5-2, ground ball to Kuzminoff. And that's going to be a fielder's choice. And we get the fielder's choices because the roll is greater than the base run rating at first. So Hilton is forced out at second. And Holliday is on. So 1 out on a fielder's choice. Holliday will take first. And that's going to bring up Garrett Atkins. Atkins is 1 for 2, and here's the pitch. Strategy roll is a 9. 1-3. Home run chance. All right, home run question mark is a home run chance. Now, we have a left-handed batter, so we're going to look at the number here in green. It's a home run on a range on a 1 to 11. That's a 6. So keep that 6 in mind. Now, Atkins would need to hit roll on the D20 an 18 or less for it to be a home run. And that's a 15. We ignore the 4-6. If this was a 19 or 20, then we would consult column 4, row 6. And otherwise, if it was not a home run, it would have been a fly ball out there to Edmonds. However, it's less than the 18, so we have a 15. That becomes a 2-run home run by Garrett Atkins. And he hits that to the left field side. Hairston goes back to the wall. And that ball is out of here. 2-run home run by Garrett Atkins. And it puts the Rockies up 3-1. And that is Atkins' 5th home run of the season. The Rockies now have a 2-run lead here in the top of the 6th. Brad Hallpie up. Hallpie is 1 for 2, 1 out, nobody on. And here's the pitch. 1-6. 1-6 is a strike. Column 1, row 6. That's a 14. That's a 6. Struck him out. So 1 away, and Yorvik Tavera's up. Tavera's 0 for 2, and here's the pitch. 4-1. Possible error. 3-6, and that's going to be a ground ball to Greed. Error range for Greed is on a 1 to 9. That's a 2. He makes an error. What type of error does he make? He boots the ball, drops it, goes back into the outfield. That's a 1-base error. and Jorvik will go to second, but Jorvik will be awarded first base. So with that, Randy Wolf has faced all of the batters he can face. He is now considered tired. Only one out left. They are going to leave him in. They want to see what he can do. Jason Nix is up. Nix is 0 for 2. Struck out his last 2 times up. The strategy rolls a 13, and here's the pitch. 6-2. That's going to be a wild pitch. On a 1-4, it's a wild pitch. On a 5, it's a passed ball. If it's a 6 or higher, nothing happens. 19, no wild pitch. 5-2, however, that is going to be a ground ball to Kuzminov. Column 5, row 2, G5. And that is out number 3. That will retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, and 1 errors, and 1 left on for the Rockies. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be Iguchi, Gonzalez, and Kuzminov due up for the Padres. Jimenez can face 7 more batters. Iguchi is 1 for 1 with a walk and an RBI, and here's the pitch. 5-2, 5-2. So column 5, row 2. It's going to be a strikeout plus. Now we get that with the slash there. If Iguchi was left-handed, that would have been a blank. Since he's right, we look to the right of that slash. It's a strikeout plus. Now remember, in a strikeout plus, we add 10 plus the rating of the ballpark for the strikeout. So it's an 11 we're adding to Iguchi's range. That's a 21. That's a 4. And he struck him out looking. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And here's the pitch. 1-5. 1-5 is a walk. So column 1, row 5. And that's going to be a 10. The 20 is too high. Column 1, row 4. That's going to be a base hit. And that is a base hit pass all pie. Gonzalez will get on. Strategy die is a 3. Nothing due on strat. Kevin Kuzminov is up. He's 0 for 2. The Padres are holding off. The infield is at double play depth. 5-3. So column 5, row 3 is at the ballpark. So we're going to go to the ballpark card. We go to Petco Park. Column 3, row 3, that's going to be a ground ball to shortstop to Tulutsky. And that's going to be a double play. Ground double play rating is a 3, nothing from the pitcher. Nix's range is a 0 on that, the pivot. So G6, and he's going to throw it to second base. So it's a 6-4-3 double play. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. After 6, it's the Rockies 3, Padres 1. And we go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Yumbaldo Jimenez, Willie Travers, and Troy Tulutsky due up. Padres making that call to the bullpen. So Randy Wolf is getting pulled. He's tired, so we do a new pitcher on the mound. We have a right coming up. So let's see who we can bring in. That's a lot. So they're going to bring in Clay Hensley. Hensley is going to come in. He only had one start, but he's had 13 relieves, 31 relieves. He can face 8 batters. His pull rating is a 4. That's his card. So that's what those numbers mean there. Clay Hensley comes into the game with a 5.54 ERA. No wins, no losses, 3 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Let's take a look at the stats here for Randy Wolf. Wolf went 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, gave up 1 home run, an ERA of a 3.60. Jimenez is up. Now, with Jimenez, he can face 4 more batters, so they are going to leave him in. Question is, do they leave him in or do they bring in a pinch hitter? They're going to leave him in. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Column 1, row 1, that's going to be a home run chance on a 1-7. That's a 5. However, Jimenez's home run rating is a 0. So basically no home run. Column 6, row 3, that's going to be a strikeout. And he struck him out, and we go to the top of the order, 1 away. Willie Travers is up. Travers is 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout. By the way, it was no runs, 1 hit, no errors. At the end of 6, it's Rockies 3, Padres 1. Travers is up. Travers is 1 for 3 with a double and a strikeout, and here's the pitch. 6-4. Column 6, row 4, possible error on a ground ball. Column 1, row 4, 1-4, double star 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out there to Hairston. And 1 away, 2 away actually. And that's going to bring up Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki is 0 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run. And here's the pitch. 4-5, column 4, row 5. That's going to be a walk. Range is on a 1-10. The 15 is too high. 1-2, column 1, row 2. And that's going to be a base hit out there into left field. Hairston will drop in front of Hairston. And Troy is on with a base hit. Double field depth. Infield coming to double play depth. Strategy roll is a 3 with 2 outs. Todd Hilton is up. Hilton is batting at 2 for 3, and here's the pitch. 2-2 at the ballpark. Column 2, row 2. We're going to go to Petco Park for this play. 4-1. Now, 4-1 is a blank. That's going to be a rare play. So let's see what happens on this rare play. And that is a grounder to the third base, who throws it in the dirt, making the first baseman scoop up the ball. Otherwise, resolve play using a range play check for the first baseman to see if he scoops up the ball. Otherwise, it's an E3. Throwing error on Kevin Kuzminov. Kuzminov throws it wide to first base. And that's going to be a 1-base error. And with that, we have runners on first and second. Tulowitzki getting the hold side. Matt Holliday up. Holliday is 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Strategy rolls a 19, and here's the pitch. 6-4, column 6, row 4, possible error on a ground ball. Column 3, row 2, fly ball out there to Giles. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 7th as we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." So let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 innings have been played. Colorado scoring a run in the first inning and 2 runs in the 6th. That's 3 runs on 8 hits with no errors. San Diego scored a run in the 3rd, 1 run on 4 hits with only 2 errors committed in the game. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Jim Edmonds, Collie Green, and Scott Hairston due up for the Padres. Jim Edmonds is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and here's the pitch. 3-5, column 3, row 5. That's a strikeout. That's a 12. The 17 is too high. 4-1, column 4, row 1, G3. That's going to be a ground ball to Hilton. And that's out number 1. 1 away, Collie Green. Green is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, and here's the pitch. Column 4, row 4, that's going to be a walk. That's a 5. That's a 5, and that's going to be a base on balls. So 1 on, infield double play depth. Scott Hairston up. Hairston is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Strategy roll 12, and here's the pitch. 1-2. 1-2 is a wild pitch. Number on a 1 to 12, it's a wild pitch. On a 13 to 15, it's a passed ball. Let's see what happens. That's a 19. It's outside of the range, so nothing happens on the wild pitch. Column 3, row 1. Column 1, row 3, line drive to Atkins. And with that, we're going to roll for a line out double play. If it's a 1, it's going to be at first. If it's a 2, it'll be at second. If it's a 3, it'll be at third. And they're doubled up at first, and it's a double play. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors after 7. It's Rockies 3, Padres 1. We go to the top of the 8th. Garrett Atkins, Brad Hallpie, and Yorvit Toreba due up for the Rockies. Garrett Atkins, they're going to leave Clay Hinske in. Hinske can face 3 more batters. Garrett Atkins is 2 for 3 with a home run, a run, and 2 RBIs. And here's the pitch. 5-4. 5-4. We're going to take a look here. It's a blank with a slash. It's a slash with a double star. Atkins is a right-handed batter, so we'll look at the right-handed side. Double star, fly ball out there to Edmonds. Out number 1, Brad Hallpie. Hallpie is 1 for 3 with a strikeout, and here's the pitch. Column 6, row 6. It's a wild pitch. Nobody's on, so he hits it foul into the stands, and the lucky fan gets the ball. However, we're going to re-roll that. 6-4, column 6, row 4, possible error on a ground ball. 4-4, column 4, row 4, that's going to be a ground ball to Iguchi. However, we're going to take a look at Iguchi's error range. Error range is a 0, that's a 19. No error there. It's a G4. And that's out number 2. Yorvit Toreba. Toreba is 0 for 3, and here's the pitch. 4-5, column 4, row 5. That's going to be a walk. That's a 7. The 13 is too high. Remember, for it to be a walk, it has to be a 7 or less. on the D20. Column 1, row 6. It's a G6, so that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, and that's it to Greed. So no runs, no hits, no errors as the Padres retire the Rockies in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Josh Broad, Clay Hinske, Brian Giles due up for the Padres. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound. They're going to not let Umbaldo finish the game here. So with that, we have a switch right left coming up. And they're going to bring in Matt Hergens. That's his card. Hergens will come into the game with an ERA of a 10.91. He's got 2 losses, 3 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 4 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Jimenez, he went 7 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, an ERA of a 2.66. And with that, he's going to face off against Josh Broad, Clay Hinske, and Brian Giles. So with that, we do have a couple changes to the lineup here. Hall Pie coming out at right field. Seth Smith taking over at right field. And at third base, they are going to bring in Clint Burns will come in at third base. So that's the only changes made. And they are going to do the double switch. So they're going to switch Burns and Smith in the lineup. Josh Broad is 0 for 2. And here's the pitch. Bottom of the 8th. 5-5. 5-5. Broad being a switch hitter. That's going to be a blank. 1-5. Column 1, row 5. And that's going to be a G3. So it's a ground ball to first with 1 away. Chad Hinske not taking the hit here. We have a right-handed. So they're going to bring in Tony Clark. Clark will come in. I think this is the first time we're seeing Clark. Nope. Clark's been in 8 games. He's had 6 at-bats. And here's the pitch. Clark will come in the pinch hit. Column 2, row 2. So it's a range play. 1-1. Column 1, row 1. That's going to be a fly ball to Travers. We're going to check his range. His range is on a 1-3. That's going to be a die roll of a 4, with it being known as a single. And that one gets by Travers. It lands behind him. So with that, Clark will get on with a base hit. And with that, we go to the top of the order, Brian Giles. However, they're going to call Tony Clark back. We're going to get a pinch hitter in, a pinch runner, and they're going to bring in Drew to pinch run for Tony Clark. Giles, top of the order. He's 2 for 3 with a double and a run scored. Strategy roll is a 9 with the infield at double play depth. And here's the pitch. 1-2, column 1, row 2. That's going to be a blank. We'll go to Giles' card, column 4, row 4. 4-4. Fly ball out there to Travers. And Travers will make the catch, 2 away. Iguchi is up. Iguchi is 1 for 2 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run. Strategy rolls a 13. Nothing on the strategy die. Infield at normal depth, and here's the pitch. 6-4. Column 6, row 4. That's going to be a strikeout, and 11. 17 too high. 4-4. Column 4, row 4. Line drive to shortstop. Tolutsky will get it and make the catch. And retire the side. Padre. So it's no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 left on. We go to after 8. It's Colorado 3, San Diego 1. We go to the top of the 9th. And with that, we do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Padres, for the Friars. And they are going to bring in Mike Adams. Will come in. That's his card. So he relieved in 54 games. He can face 5 batters and allow 2 hits. That's what the 5-2 means. Adams, he comes into the game with a 3.91 average, a 3.91 ERA. He's pitched 2 1/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Clay Hensley. Hensley went 2 innings, allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 3.99. So he's going to face off against Jason Nix, Matt Hughes, and Willie Travers due up for the Rockies. Before we begin the 9th inning, let's take a look at the box score of the game after 8 innings have been played here in San Diego. Colorado led off the game strong with a run in the 1st inning. And then in the 3rd inning, San Diego came back to tie up the game. Rockies came back in the 6th to score 2 runs off of a 2-run home run. It's 3 runs on 8 hits with no errors. San Diego, 1 run on 5 hits with 2 errors committed in the game. Jason Nix is 0 for 3, and here's the pitch. 1-1, column 1, row 1. That's going to be at the ballpark. We're going to go to Petco Park. 6-4, column 6, row 4. Power hit to Hairston. That's going to be an 18. That's going to be a fly ball out. And Hairston will go back to the wall and make the catch. Hughes not taking the hit here. They're going to bring in Jeff Baker. Baker will come into the game. He's batting a 200 average, and here's the pitch. Let's actually take a look at Baker's stats. He's played in 6 games, has 10 at-bats with 1 run scored, no RBIs, no home runs yet, and no stolen bases. Baker, and here's the pitch. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That's going to be a walk. That's a 10. That's a 19. The 19 is too high. 6-3, column 6, row 3. That's going to be good for a base hit past first base. And with that, Baker is on with a base hit. So strategy is turned off, and why we have no strategy roll is this. We take the difference in the score. So it's a 2-run game. in favor of the Rockies. We take that 2 plus the number, plus the inning that we're in the ninth. So that number is 11. If it's 10 or higher, if it's higher than 10, strategy gets turned off. We don't have no strategy roll. Willie Travers is 1 for 4 with a double and a strikeout, and here's the pitch. 4-3, so column 4, row 3, that's going to be a strikeout. That's a 9. The 11 is too high. 3-4, column 3, row 4, that's going to be a fly ball out there to Giles. And that's going to be 2 outs. Now, with 2 outs, we've been adding 1 every time we have a base runner on with 2 outs to the base run rating. So that's why it increased to a 3 from a 2. Troy Tulowitzki is 1 for 3 with a walk, a strikeout, and a run, and here's the pitch. Infield normal depth, 4-1. 4-1 is a walk. So column 4, row 1. Range is on a 1 to 10. That's a 3, and that's going to be a walk. So they're going to go out there and talk to Adams, who's on the mound right now after walking 2. Todd Houghton, 2 for 4, and here's the pitch. 5-4, so column 5, row 4, double question mark. That's a blank, so nothing happens. 1-3. 1-3, ground ball to Gonzalez. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th. And with that, they are going to bring in Ryan Frutenis for the save. That's his card. Comes into the game with a 4.50 ERA. Got 1 save, 2 innings pitched, allowed 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Matt Hergs. Hergs went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, an ERA of an 8.37. He's going to face off against Adam Gonzalez, Kevin Kuzminoff, and Jim Edmonds due up. Gonzalez 1 for 3, and here's the pitch. They are going to let him take the hit here. 4-1, column 4, row 1. That's going to be a hit by pitch. So what we do for hit by pitches, we take a look at his hit by pitch rating here. It's a 2. The die roll is a 16, and we look at the modifier. It's a -5. 16 is too high. He'll give a -5 to hit by pitch. So he doesn't get hit by the pitch. We go now to Gonzalez for his card. Column 4, row 4, power hit to Holiday. That's going to be a 1, and that's going to be good for a base hit. So Gonzalez is on, and that's going to bring up Kevin Kuzminoff. They're going to let Kuzminoff take the hit, and here's the pitch. 2-2, column 2, row 2. That's going to be a blank. 3-4, column 3, row 4. Power hit to Holiday. That's a 17. So on a 1 to 4, it's a single. On a 5 to 13, it's a double. On a 14 to 16, it's a triple. 17 to 20, it's a fly ball out, and Holiday will make the catch. 1 away. Infield double play depth as Jim Edmonds comes up. Edmonds is 0 for 3, and here's the pitch. Column 1, row 4, strikeout plus. Remember, we had 10. That's a 23. That's a 19. Struck him out. And 2 away. Collie Green is 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts, and here's the pitch. Padres down to the last out. 4-4, column 4, row 4, strikeout plus 23. That's an 11. Struck him out. And that's the game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on for the Padres as the Colorado Rockies defeat the San Diego Padres. Final score, 3-1. Final line score coming right up. So Colorado wins 3-1. 3 runs on 9 hits with no errors. The Padres 1 run, 6 hits, and 2 errors. Jimenez will get his second win. Wolf picks up the loss, and Brian Frutanes will get his second save of the season. Garrett Atkins will get his 4th home run of the season. And let's take a look at these stats here. Ubaldo Jimenez, who picks up his second win, 7 innings pitched, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 2 walks, had 8 strikeouts on the day, 2.66. Randy Wolf will pick up the loss. He went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 3.60. Brian Frutanes, who will get the save. That's going to be his second save of the replay. Went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 3.0. Mike Adams, 1 inning pitched, allowed 1 hit, and 1 walk. His ERA is a 2.73. So with that, the Rockies will improve to 5-8, and the Rockies go to 5-8, and the Padres will go to 8-10-4. So with that, that's going to do it for us here at San Diego. At Petco Park. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up. And when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies and Field of Dreams. Until then, I'm Scooney 007. We'll see you next time for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.